Okay, so we are going to finish up here, and I don't need that one anymore. Back to this one. I've got the rear chamfer done, and I redid the timeline. I slid back down to after I get the fillet on both ends, and then I slide that timeline back, and we'll finish up. So I'm going to go ahead and go to my first sketch here and turn it on so I can see it, and I can grab that 13 or 18 millimeter diameter center point hole that I put on initially. I'm going to use that to do an extrude, and now I'm going to actually hollow the rocket body out. Okay. Now, this case, I'm going to hit remove, so it removes it. I don't know why it just reversed the tool, but I'm going to click on that arrow to reverse it back up. Um, and remove part 2 is the merge scope right now. That's the rocket body itself. And if I select that, it's going to hollow that one out. If I wanted to, I could select this cone piece too, and it would also hollow that one out. But in this case, we just want the rocket body to get hollowed out. And so I'm going to go ahead and accept that. And while I'm thinking of it, before I finalize this, we'll go ahead and put a stop ring in here for the motor itself, so the motor doesn't go shooting out. And in that case, we would do a plane, and there's multiple ways to create planes, and it's important to do that in 3D and get good at that, because that's how you get more complex modeling done. You have to create a lot of planes to do it. But this one will default to the offset plane, meaning if I select this bottom plane, it will make one offset to it and parallel to it. And in this case, I know that the rocket motor is 2.75 inches, so I type that in. I accept that. And then down here where it created that plane, I'm going to do a new sketch, and I'm going to view it. So I'm going to right click view normal and zoom in. And in this case, I'm going to put another center point circle. And I'm going to make it big enough so that it doesn't impinge on the thrust powder that pushes the parachute out and then the top of the motor. So that will probably work for me right there. And I'm going to make another, just to have a pickable profile here to extrude. I'm going to make another one like that. Now, I'm going to go ahead and accept that. What I'm going to do is kind of no-show this part so you can see that sketch that I created, okay? So this one is the one that I want. And I'm going to extrude it. Doesn't need to be very thick, so I won't make it very thick. How about that? 0.3 inches. It's blind. Yes, that's the correct direction. And I want to add it. And then it's going to ask me to what? And I'm going to select part 2. And then I'm going to go ahead and accept that. And then show part 2 again. And right now I should have that stop right there put in. I think we're at a point good enough where I can probably show you this. So if I take a section view, that's over here at your view cube, you can select any plane. I'll just cut this on the front plane and slice this thing. So now you can see that's a section view right through the middle of the rocket. And you can scroll these up and down and check out your design. That's the way engineers really do it, to make sure that everything came out the way I wanted it. I want to point out here that this is line to line, and with these 3D print, that will probably be too tight. I could get in there and try and sand stuff, but I'm going to show you one more trick before we finish here, which will be to add the offsets there. So I'm going to add an offset in here, and I'll show you how to do that real quick. In the original sketch where we were here at sketch 2, I'm just going to go to that 0.1 and go ahead and add 0.3 millimeters. That's a general offset that works for 3D printing for me over the years. Sorry, I forgot to hit the add. There it is. Even though it's mixed units, as long as I'm putting the units in correctly, it will accept that. And now I can come back here at any time and see the offset that I've put in there for that. That may probably be a snug fit still. We want that cap to come off during launch, so we may have to fine tune that later. But there we go. Hopefully you've had fun with this project, and this has helped you out. Till next project, goodbye.